friends, myself Shoptapurni from BioLife. Today we will learn about adrenal gland. This is my fourth video on endocrine system. My previous videos are on hormones, pancreas and pituitary gland. You may also check out those videos. The links are in the description box below. I post regularly videos on various topics of biology, and if you like my content, please like, share and subscribe to stay updated. Okay, let's begin. Adrenal glands are situated on top of each kidney like a cap. That is why they are also known as suprarenal glands. See here, we know that our body has two kidneys. And on the top of each kidney, you can find an adrenal gland. So, there are two adrenal glands in our body. As the adrenal glands are situated on top of the renal gland or on top of the kidney, they are known as suprarenal glands. Supra means on top of something and renal gland means on top of the kidney. Now, if you take a cross section of an adrenal gland, you will find two main portions, the outer cortex and the inner medulla. And the whole adrenal gland is covered by a capsule. See, inside the capsule, you can find the adrenal cortex, this blue striated portion, and inside that you will find the adrenal medulla, the central part of the gland. Inside the adrenal medulla, this dotted portion, you can find some red patches which are representing the blood vessels. Now coming to the adrenal cortex. See, from outside to inside, you can find capsule, then adrenal cortex and then the adrenal medulla. Adrenal cortex is the peripheral part of the adrenal gland and it is composed of three main concentric zones: zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata and then zona reticularis. Zona reticularis is named such that because there the cells are arranged in a network-like or reticular fashion. So, what are the functions of the cells of these three concentric zones? See, the cells of adrenal cortex secrete steroid hormones. The steroid hormones are of main three types. Mainly from zona glomerulosa, mineralocorticoids are secreted. From zona fasciculata, glucocorticoids are secreted. And from zona reticularis, gonadocorticoids or sex corticoids are secreted. But always remember, all of these kinds of hormones are steroid in nature. Now, what are the main functions of these three kinds of hormones? See, from the name it is justified that mineralocorticoids will regulate our mineral metabolism. So, the main mineralocorticoids found in our body is aldosterone, which regulates the plasma sodium and potassium concentration and thus it regulates the salt and water balance of our body. Now, the second group of hormones is glucocorticoids. Cortisol and cortisone are the main glucocorticoids found in our body. And the main function of the glucocorticoids are they regulate carbohydrate, protein and fat metabolism. Now, the third kind of hormone is sex corticoids. DHEA is the main sex corticoids in our body. DHEA means dihydroepiandrosterone. Now, in both male and female's body, DHEA gets converted to testosterone and estrogens. Obviously, in males and females body, the ratio of androgens or testosterone to the estrogen will be different. In female's body, estrogen will be more and in male's body, testosterone will be more. But as they are producing sex hormones, obviously they will stimulate the development of external sex characteristics in a male's body. Now, diseases associated with adrenal cortex. we have learned that hypo or hypersecretion of any hormone may lead to certain diseases. So, if there is a hyposecretion of cortisone, that means under-secretion of cortisone in our body, what will happen? We will develop Addison's disease. What are the symptoms? See, the main symptom is you will find several black dots on your skin. Those dots are nothing but increased melanin pigment synthesis in your body. Along with that, you will lose your weight, energy, you will counteract edema, and you will also become hypoglycemic. Now the opposite way of cortisone to develop a disease is its hypersecretion. And by the hypersecretion of cortisone, you may develop Cushing syndrome. What are the main syndromes or symptoms of this disease? See, the person becomes obese, they become fat, and they develop some peculiar kind of symptoms, like their face becomes moon-like, becomes very much round. They develop some buffalo-like hump behind their neck portion. See here, their wound healing becomes very much slow. They develop some purple stria all over the body. Bones are degrading, that means osteoporosis is happening. Salt and water retention occurs in the body, and they become hyperglycemic. And also they develop excessive body hair, or this condition is known as hirsutism. So these are the symptoms of Cushing syndrome. Now another problem is adrenal virilism. Suppose there is an overgrowth of adrenal cortex in an adult female. Then what will happen is, as there is an overgrowth of adrenal cortex, the cortical cells will produce more androgens, and the ratio between androgens and the estrogen will be imbalanced. As a result, the lady will develop some maleness or male characteristics. Virilism means maleness, such as presence of beard, moustaches, deep male voice, masculine physical traits, etc. So, the main reason behind the adrenal virilism is overproduction of androgens. See here, this lady has developed beard and moustaches. So, she is suffering from adrenal virilism. And on the other hand, if an adult male suffers from the overproduction of estrogen in his body, what will happen? There is also some overgrowth of adrenal cortex, that is why estrogen is produced in larger amount. So that male will show some or develop some female characteristics like enlargement of breasts, and that condition is known as gynecomastia. Now coming to the children. What will happen if there is an overgrowth of adrenal cortex in childhood? Obviously, as adrenal cortical cells are responsible for producing sex corticoids, the child will develop his or her sexual maturity earlier. Now, coming to the adrenal medulla. We have already learned that it is the central portion of our adrenal gland, and the gland is itself stimulated by nerve endings of the autonomous nervous system. The adrenal medulla produces two very much important hormones. Number one is adrenaline or epinephrine, and the second one is noradrenaline or norepinephrine. Now, coming to the adrenaline. You may have heard the term adrenaline rush. What does that mean? See, before the exam or when you watch a scary movie, or when you are very angry, or when you are very much excited, you can find some peculiar symptoms in your body, like your mouth becomes dry, your skin becomes pale, your pupils dilate, and so many other things. Obviously your body hairs gets erected. So why does that happen? Because whenever you meet an emergency situation like stress, excitement, anger, your body produces adrenaline in a larger amount, and that is known as adrenaline rush. Then that adrenaline prepares you to meet that emergency situation either by fighting or by running away from that situation. And these symptoms or this syndrome is known as fight or flight syndrome. Actually, adrenaline provides extra energy to your muscles so that you can either fight or you can either run away from that situation. So what are the main functions of the adrenaline? Obviously, you may have felt that whenever you are excited, your heartbeat gets faster. Your blood pressure gets raised. What happens? Why does that happen? Because by the stimulation of sympathetic nervous system, the overproduction of adrenaline causes glycogen breakdown in your liver into glucose, and then that glucose gets mixed up in your blood. This glucose acts as the fuel of your body and helps to produce more energy and supplies more oxygen to your heart. That is why your heartbeat gets increased and your blood pressure is also gets increased. And for the similar reason, you breathe faster, your breathing becomes deeper, and you start panting. Now, see, the main function of adrenaline is to prepare your body by supplying more energy or more blood to your muscles. How will that be executed? Obviously, by decreasing the supply of blood to your other organs. For example, it decreases the blood supply to your skin. That is why your skin becomes pale. It also decreases the blood supply to your digestive system. That is why your mouth becomes dry and you don't feel the urge to eat anything. How does that happen? By constricting your arterioles to skin and digestive system. Now, as the blood supply to your skin, digestive system and other organs are decreased, so a large amount of blood is supplied to your muscles to fight or flight from that situation. It also stimulates your sympathetic nervous system and prepares your body for the emergency. See here, the boy is very much frightened. So there is an adrenaline rush in his body to flight from this situation. As a result, his pupil has got dilated, mouth becomes drier, body hair got erected, bladder is relaxed, skin color becomes pale, less amount of blood is supplied to his stomach, so there is no urge to eat anything. The heartbeat becomes faster, and as a result blood pressure is also increased, and also he starts panting. Along this, there is excessive sweat secretion from his body. So these are all symptoms of the adrenaline rush in any emergency situation. So with this, we come to an end of our today's lesson. If you like my content, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Happy learning!